What are we doing?
Hey everybody, Alex Landine here at Athlon Outdoors with a real special treat. I'm here in Tim Kennedy's kitchen.
Tim, we're here! This is my kitchen.
Doing things.
Here we are.
Why am I here? Because I met Tim at an event in Georgia. And I told him I wanted to come shoot some video, and he said the only stipulation to that video was that we have three things. What are those three things?
We had to have tacos, guns, and coffee. Three of my favorite things in the whole entire world, just following God and country.
And in here is the preparation for the tacos. Now, Tim, what do we got going on here?
Lengua, Spanish for tongue.
Lengua.
Lengua. And we are making cow tongue tacos. That's the Tim tongue twister of today.
So the tacos that we're making today, I have classified them as tongue punch tacos. One of the reasons is because I made a habanero mayonnaise, and the second reason is this is the finished product, which we're not supposed to show you, but we're gonna look at it now. I smoked this tongue, same preparation as this tongue. I smoked this in my smoker at home for 2 hours. So when we are eating tongues later, we will be eating this tongue. What do you think of that?
That's delicious. So our tongue tacos, that's the Tim twister of today, is tantalizing with this tasty treat.
Yes, thank you. I was just about to go there. Now, we got about 4 hours to go on the one in the crock pot here. So while we're waiting for that to finish, Tim and I are gonna go have a conversation about Tim. Tim, are you ready to do that?
I am ready for nothing more.
So I'm here in part, other than the fun that we're having today, to participate in your sheepdog response courses.
Yep, a lot of fun.
Tell me about that.
Oh, it's a tragic beginning, and that was, I was overseas and spreading the good news of freedom, you know, the gospel of individual responsibility to all of our partners all over the world. And while I was over there doing good on the taxpayers' behalf, I was watching the things of nightmares happening at home. I was watching shootings. I was watching, when I say shooting, it's like nightclubs, bombings at the Boston Marathon, at the Marine 5K, shootings at Christmas and movie theaters. And I'm looking around, I'm surrounded by, you know, I walk down the halls of giants. I'm surrounded by like the best protectors on the planet, but we're all there, you know? And I was like, who's home? Who's there to stop this, right? It takes one good guy with a gun. I have seen that firsthand. I've been on mountaintops in Afghanistan where Taliban goes in, rapes and murders everybody. And then I fast forward 6 weeks. I'm on a different mountaintop looking down on a different village, and in comes the Taliban. I'm like, you want to talk about purgatory? Is sitting there and imagining and knowing that it's about to happen again. And then watch an old man. When I say old, Afghan old is different than American old. Afghan old, they look like they're 13,000 years old, right? This guy might have been 55. I don't know how old he was. But this old man walks out with a musket, and he shoots one round, and the Taliban fled. An old, decrepit, useless man that I imagine had his grandchild playing there. And it's like that, I know the truth is there, I've seen it. So Green Berets, first and foremost, are force multipliers. Send us behind enemy lines. I'm gonna train people to be able to fight for themselves, by, with, and through. By their side, with them in their success, and only through them but to see success. It's like, why can't I do that at home? And I was finally able to put those two and two together overseas, right? One good guy with a gun, but how do I make more good guys, right? It's not just a guy with a gun, it's a good guy. So what is good? That is a trained, capable person ready to sacrifice, perhaps even himself, for the good of everyone around him, to preserve and protect human life. So it's like, there's only one way. I'm gonna go do what I've been trained by the government to do, which is train people about how to fight. So that's the beginning of Sheepdog Response. was being overseas and seeing calamity and chaos and pain and suffering happening in the United States. And I said, nope, no more. What I would give to be in a movie theater when a dude walks in with a black mask, throws a smoke grenade, and it's like, he's dead, right? It'd be so awesome. Or I'm sitting in church and some guy comes in, he's like, nope, not today. You guys don't get to celebrate Jesus. And story's over, right? Somebody's walking into a school to do an active shooter. He doesn't make it one step out of his car before he's canoed. Maybe I fantasize about that, go to sleep. But what if I make not thousands? What if I make not tens of thousands? What if I make hundreds of thousands of people that think about individual security, the responsibility of protecting and preserving human life, and through the power of force multiplication, I send them out there, and they're just waiting.
To be protectors.
To be protectors. Not vigilante, that's not what we're doing here. To be ready to protect and preserve human life. Powerful, right? That's what we're doing. That's Sheepdog Response.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to the next 4 days, and getting in with all the fun on that.
It's fun.
Tell me about Project 48.
Project 48, in the past year, we have had civil unrest, riots all over the country. We have had a global pandemic, and we have had people that have felt pretty safe and secure most of their lives realize that they're not safe and secure. Those people went and bought guns. Around 9 to 13 million of them. First-time gun owners ever. Largest surge in recorded history just happened where we American citizens went out and bought all the guns there were to buy. Project 48 is how do we talk to all of these brand new gun owners? How do we talk to them about the individual responsibility of owning a gun? Right? This is a big responsibility to own a firearm. How do I store a gun? What does real training look like? What are the responsibilities, not just the legal, but also the moral and ethical implications of owning a gun? So Project 48 is a partnership with Nosler. They make the best ammunition in the world and the best, I don't know if you reload, but they also make the best bullets for reloading. And they, not only do they love making great ammunition, but they love hunters and they love outdoorsmen and they love shooters. And everybody there is passionate about it. So we want to be like an open arm embrace to all of these new gun owners. This is not like, oh, you're a new gun owner, you can't play with us. Like, that's not what this should be. Right? This should be like, welcome to the party. Welcome to this side of awesome. Welcome to this side of freedom. Now let's take it seriously for a second because there's a lot you need to know about that new thing you just bought.
Absolutely.
That's Project 48. It's letting them know that they're welcome, they're loved, but there's some serious stuff that goes along with owning a firearm.
Now, I recently did an article, a wrap-up for the current issue of Ballistic Magazine that was talking about pro-Second Amendment, pro-freedom clothing companies. And one of the clothing companies that I found was Raindrop. And it was funny because I saw a picture of you on the website and I sent you a text message and said, who's the media contact for Raindrop? And you sent me one of the emails back was Tim at Raindrop. And I said, is that you? And you said yes. So obviously you have your fingers in many pies. We don't have the time to get into all of them. But tell me a little bit of the background about Raindrop and how that started.
So Nick Palmisano, Dave Lozano, and Tom Amenta, they founded it in a garage, and they were making shirts, screen printing shirts, and exercising their. So the First Amendment in the military is a very delicate thing. We don't get to always say what we want to say, and we definitely can't say it to our commanding officers. So your superiors, you walk on glass, very thin ice, eggshells, whatever. It sucks. So we would make shirts with all of the things that you can't say, but you wish you could say. And that, struck a humor chord with the military. And I bought into that company and I started wearing Raindrop in my fights. I went on to fight for the Army Combatives Tournament 3 times, wearing Raindrop stuff. And Raindrop was kind of the first military clothing line, right? There wasn't a niche for, you couldn't say I'm a military apparel line. That didn't exist at the time. Now there's, a few dozen of them, but we were the first. And it was just a Rangerback guy, an SF guy, and a West Point guy that were like, let's make shirts and say things that we wish we could say but can't say. So then we said those things. Now, what are we, 10, 12 years later? We're cool. We're kind of big, and we're like getting to do fun things like make movies. We made the largest independent film ever to be made that went to more movie theaters, made it to #1 on Amazon. And that was Raindrop and Article 15 as a partner effort between the two of us. Getting to go on USO tours and help really freedom-loving politicians with their success stories, like making their campaign shirts and helping them with their marketing. And so now we're kind of more of a marketing agency than we are a TV or a t-shirt company. Mm-hmm. Now we just like to do silly, fun stuff that makes people laugh.
But also you still get to make fun shirts.
We do.
So keeping it. So to check out with that, make sure you go to raindrop.com. Do you have any other links for them social media wise that people can check out?
Raindrop for all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward.
So finally, tonight, so we can get back to the rest of our work and eating some delicious tacos.
I want them so bad.
Quickly kind of give me your, 1 year, 5 year, 10 year for Tim Kennedy. Where are you going?
Man, I'm getting started like just now. I don't think anything is going to be slowing down. So in 1 year, I'm launching a couple of different schools right now. Apogee Strong, which is a mentorship for young men. If you want to go to West Point, you want to go to the Naval Academy, you want to see yourself wearing a green beret, a tan beret, you want to go to Navy SEALs, there's very high attrition for a reason, and that's to get rid of people that don't belong there. Well, you can prepare yourself to belong there. That's Apogee Strong. Now we have Apogee Cedar Park. It's a private school here in Texas that we're opening. Sheepdog Response. Last year we ran 80 courses. This year we're gonna run 160 courses. Next year we're gonna run 700 courses. I am here to empower and force multiply the American citizen to be able to protect themselves. If my center of gravity is preserve and protect human life, what are all of the things that I can do? So in 1 year, I am still stomping on the accelerator to do as much as I can. In 5 years, I hope that it's going to be a lot more strategic. We just bought a headquarters, 20,000 square foot building here in Texas that we're going to be moving kind of all the command structure for all of these different entities under one roof, and which will give us a lot more synchronization and I think efficiency and effectiveness. So more force multiplication. And then in 10 years, I will own a ranch in the middle of nowhere, and you'll never hear from me again.
Excellent. Well, I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to talk to you.
It was great to know you.
And if
Thanks.
you still have a cell phone, I might try to call you on it. And if you see a mustache coming across the field in dark with a couple of coffees, don't shoot.
Coffee?
Okay.
We're good.
I'm just here to have a cocktail. Well, I want a taco.
I want one right now too. I'm
like some tacos. Well, we're back. Tim, no. So good. Okay, Mr. Kennedy, why don't you go ahead and explain to the people what we have here and what our sides are and how we top these tacos.
Coffee and tacos. There's nothing better. All right. So we had in the crock pot slow cooked tongue that we then smoked and then we pan seared to give it like the nice crispy brown on the outside. Cabbage, cilantro, a little of lemon, cotija cheese, and then because it's the tongue punch taco, that is so good.
Thank you.
I mean, every time.
That's 2 cups of mayonnaise, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and 3 habaneros, salt, pepper, garlic. Oh, shit.
Oh, so bad. It's so good.
So these are the tongue punch tacos. We have our coffee. You've had your tacos. I'm about to have my taco. Tim, thank you very much for allowing me in your home and having this great conversation and letting me help you cook some tacos here.
It was truly my pleasure. The pleasure of my tongue, the pleasure of my tongue again. And, I'm gonna totally eat that. He's on to me now. Stay safe.